We're back out on the range today, and we're going to take the first shots with that 350 Legend, see how it does. I'm going to put it over the Chronograph as well, so sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy the ride. Okay, here we are taking a look down the bore of the 350 Legend with my Borescope. All I've done so far is give the bore a quick scrub with a little solvent and a patch. Everything looks pretty smooth. Looking down the gas port here, well, gas block is aligned, but the gas port looks a little bit rough from where the drill punched through. Everything looks pretty clean, pretty shiny. This is a kind of a first where I've actually been able to look down an unfired bore with the Borescope. So we have a baseline. We'll now know how things look after it's been getting fired a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do this morning, there's the 350 Legend upper. This is an 18-inch 223 I have put together. I have a spare scope. I'm going to mount the scope on this upper, and then I'm going to get it bore sight it real quick. And then we'll go up and put some ammo over the Chronograph, check the bore sight, dial it in a little bit, and then come back and shoot it at the 100-yard line. So I'll be right back with y'all. Give me a minute to get set up. Okay, so we do have a CCW class today, so it might get a little bit loud. You might hear some additional shooting. And we are going to bore sight this the old-fashioned way here. That looks pretty centered on the target looking down the bore. I'm doing this at 100 yards. And I'm going to leave it just like it is, and we'll take a shot up close at like the 10-yard line just to dial it in closer. It's this PFI scope I have zeroed for my 308, and with the LaRue quick disconnect scope mounts, I can swap between my Vortex scope and my PFI scope on my big 308 without losing zero. Surprisingly, this one seems to have fallen pretty close to online with this bore. So we'll see what happens when we get up close. Let me get mic'd up and get set up, and we will take the first shot. Okay, so we have the very first round in the magazine. We have our eyes, we have our ears. And even though I know this lower functions, I'm going to test fire this as if it's a complete new build because I did not build this upper. So we're going to start off with a single round in the mag. And that's going to tell us if we are cycling properly. Are we locking back? And then we will fire 2 rounds in the bag to make sure we don't have any double feed. We're also going to see how close our bore sighting 0 is here. I should be a little bit low, which is good, and I should be a little bit right, I think. So this is the very first round through the 350 Legend upper. Well, surprise, surprise. I am just about where I want to be as far as low, and I am just a tick to the left. I thought it would be to the right. So let me reload, and now we'll start going through the across the chronograph. Okay, so I reloaded 2 rounds into the magazine. I got the chronograph set up where I want it. I put a couple of clicks right, and now we're going to check our left-right while we're shooting over the chronograph to conserve ammo. And I'm only going to do 2 rounds over the chronograph where I normally do 5. But that's all in the thought of saving ammo. Okay, this will be shot number 2, and this will be over the chronograph. I need to come further right. Let's see what that does. Well, I am shooting on a 3/4 inch dot. But hey, everybody's a hero at the 15-yard line, right? Okay, so let's see what the speeds are looking like. So, wow. Our low was 21.27. Our high was 21.27. Our average was 21.27. But it only registered 1 shot. Darn. I'm going to have to put 1 more shot over the chronograph. Okay, here we go. 1 more shot. Hopefully I can put it over the screens. Well, crap. I'm not going to keep wasting ammo. What it is we've got we're in shadow right now, so the photo sensors aren't picking up the bullet. I don't have the sky screens on, so it should have caught it, but it's not catching it. But we know the Hornady 170 grain deer load is moving 2,127 feet per second. I'm looking to see if the box has any info on it. They're saying it's 2,000 feet per second, so we're getting a little more speed out of it, out of a 16-inch barrel than the factory's calling for. So let me put a different target up there, and we're going to go back to the 100-yard line and see how this goes. So here we are back at the 100. Let's see which way I want to go here. Well, I think we're just going to go, well, let's see what that does. Yeah, that might work. No, I don't like that. Okay, so we're going to try to shoot a 5-round group here from the 100. And we will see how this thing runs. Okay, here we go. So we've got a 2.5-inch dot down there. Okay, so let me run down and take a look, see what we need to do. To quote somebody else, that scope doesn't have very many zoomies. It's only on, I think, a 5 power, maybe 6 power. So I got to come 3 inches right and 5 inches up. Let me go make a sight adjustment. Whoa, I went way too high. I'm actually seeing those. I went as high as I was low, and I went too far right. Two clicks. So it's a low power scope, but I saw those 2 hits up high and I'm like, oh, what am I shooting at? What is this bee doing? You're gonna get very upset in a second, bee. Just don't get upset at me. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see how this thing rings the steel. Oh, I want it to go 2 clicks back to the left. 1. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm going to say that that's got a little bit of oomph. Okay, so look at that. I pulled a hooty hoo. I went the wrong way with the scope. I went 2 more clicks right. But holy smokes, that 170 grain whitetail in the 350 Legend has some oomph. And if you look, that 350 Legend actually put a dent in this AR 500 plate from 100 yards. Well, there we have it. That's the 350 Legend upper, the first shots. We've, yeah, it still needs to break in a little bit. I'm looking at the factory brass here. I don't know if that's showing up, but the primers appear to be really soft. That or these rounds are a little bit over pressure. I see a little bit of ejector swipe, and we have a little bit of cratering on the primers. When I reload, I will be loading with a probably a CCI 400, maybe a CCI 450, something that's a little bit harder, less likely to crater. I did have a couple of rounds that didn't seat cleanly when the bolt went forward, but that's all part of, well, the gun's new. So y'all saw how much power that thing had hitting the steel there at 100 yards. Holy smokes. I was a little bit surprised. Did not expect the plate to get hit that hard. And like I said, if you look back just a second ago, that 350 Legend, the 170 grain whitetail ammo actually left a dent in the AR 500 plate. I was really surprised by that. Anyways, this will be Half Mile Sniper checking out. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Throw some comments down below. Let me know what you think, and we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all be safe.
Send it.
Hit.